my name is Ariel, I'm autistic, and welcome back to my channel. I've been trying to get this video up and going, I don't know how long today. My allergies, and here's my tissue. My allergies are just off the charts, but I found a nice little spot outside my house, and fingers crossed, we're doing pretty solid for now. And actually, the topic of this video, oddly enough, kind of matches the whole vibe that I have going by being outside. So just like any other autistic person, we have special interests, things that we overly enjoy learning and knowing, and we could probably share so much about it to you or to anybody else. And one of my special interests that I want to start sharing is astrology. And I don't so much just mean, you know, like what's your zodiac sign, what's your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, how do all of those components fit into one to make up who you are as a person, but also diving deeper into each moon phase that we enter for each month. And so we enter a different moon phase each month, sometimes twice a month, and sometimes we're even greeted with some kind of eclipse. The first moon phase, or eclipse, if we had that, is always going to be in sync with the zodiac sign or season that we're just entering. And if we happen to have another moon phase, or let's say another eclipse, it just simply means that the moon has just transitioned and we're still in the same zodiac season, but we can also have another moon sign that's followed with us. And that might make sense, or it just may not make a whole lot of sense, but I'm gonna break it down just a little bit in preparation for the full moon that we have on Friday. We are currently in Pisces season, so we entered Pisces on February 18th, and we continue to be in Pisces until March 19th. However, we are also going to have a Virgo full moon. So we entered this Pisces season with a new moon that happened last week. And so that's the moon that greeted us for this current zodiac season. And from there, the moon just transitioned over and it moved into the next zodiac, which is a Virgo moon. And that is going to follow on Friday. Typically, we start each zodiac season with a new moon, and new moons are the good way for us to set intentions, and then we fulfill them on the full moon. So our next full moon happens next month, and I will go into further detail on that one when we have another new moon. But this one we are coming into is a full moon, and here's how you get ready for that. We're gonna just kind of understand what's coming for this moon. You know, as an autistic person, I've always had certain things that I've really been interested in, and to say that astrology was one of them has probably been a long time coming. When I was growing up, it was weather. I was very much into the weather. I could tell you what it was going to be like for weeks ahead. So it's nothing new that astrology just totally piqued my interest, but I've also kind of noticed that, you know, we as autistic people, we enjoy structure, we enjoy analyzing, we enjoy routine, and if you don't, well, I know that I do. So learning about each new moon, each full moon, each eclipse that we're gonna take place in, it almost kind of gives you a way to analyze what's upcoming, what may or may not happen. So for me, I needed that routine, and now I can kind of understand why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling, or why is someone reacting the way that they are reacting to, or why is our choice of words different, or all of our emotions are just very heightened from each moon. So if you didn't already know, a full moon happens when it is positioned in the opposite direction of the sun in the sky. It's kind of cool. The full moon allows us the opportunity to heal from blockages, to raise our vibrations. I mean, we are human, but we also are energy. So we are an energetic being. And so whatever vibration that we are putting out, we're also asking for the same in return. And so we always want to have positive and loving and grateful vibrations, because then we want to receive that as well. And it also gives us a chance to just recognize energies that no longer serve us, and so then we can remove those. This full moon is on Friday, which I've said multiple times. And it is in Virgo, and Virgo is the sign of the goddess, which is also an earth sign. This full moon is asking you to feel feelings. So to sit with your pain, your trauma, your heartache, any kind of negative emotions that you probably haven't fully worked through, to sit with those and reflect on it. But while you're reflecting, also know that there's still love and compassion. You're still worthy, and don't regret any past decisions that you've made. Don't let any negative emotions just linger on. Release and let it go. Through sitting and feeling, then you can kind of understand your own healing process. And through healing, we move into the next part of this full moon, which is forgiveness. To understand, or to even recognize your worth, you have to go through one of the hardest forms of release, and that is forgiveness. Because we can say that we let something go, like that saying, forgive and forget, but we might have just forgotten about it, but did we actually forgive? And it's not always about somebody else or about ourselves. Now, you need to think about, who do I need to forgive? It doesn't need to go into details of why I need to forgive them. I just need to let go of that negative emotion that I'm hanging on to, so then I can heal myself. And just because you forgive somebody else or whoever it is, you don't have to let that person or that group of people back into your life. This is about you and your vibration only. So if you have to forgive yourself, then just tell yourself, I forgive, say your name. Mine would be Ariel. I forgive you for this and this. And that's it. Finally, the last part, which I think is probably the hardest, because as an autistic person, I do struggle with this all the time. Example was today. I thought that I had to make this video just perfect, and I had to be in control of every situation and everything around me to put this out there, and I don't need to. And here's why. The more we feel that we need to control and have everything perfect, then the more that we procrastinate, the more we hold back, the more we become indecisive, and we are not allowing ourselves to present our gift to the world. So what that I have a tissue in my hand and my eyes have been watering and my nose is runny and I can't stop sneezing and I'm going around everywhere in my house to finally come outside my house to get this video done. I procrastinated this video for so long that I held myself back, that I could have already had this out there hours ago, that I became indecisive if I really thought I could just do this tomorrow, or maybe I should just do it today, but maybe if I don't do it today, and then I'm not sharing my gift and my knowledge to anybody, because I feel the need to be in control and to hang on to this thought of being perfect. Personally, I believe that I've worked through a lot of these steps that I'm wanting to share with all of you, and I think that they are highly beneficial to a neurotypical, someone who struggles with anxiety, bipolar, ADD, ADHD, depression, or you're autistic. And, you know, because I do gear a lot of my videos towards people with autism, but understanding the moon and how it affects us, and how we can heal from it, how it can change our life and our mindset, it'll help anybody. I don't think I finished what I was saying though, but what I was saying is, I feel like that I've worked a lot of these steps to get to this healing point. And, you know, I sat with my pain and my trauma. Now, there's still some that I need to work through, and I've learned that. I've done forgiveness. I had to give forgiveness to someone else or to a handful of people, whether they know it or not. And they don't have to know if you forgave them or not. And I also gave the forgiveness to myself. But what I'm struggling with, and I learned it just now in this video, was the need to control and to be perfect. And so that's one of the things that I'm really going to work on as we transition into this full moon on Friday. I will come back in and kind of talk a little bit more on Thursday about what is to come for Friday and the following day, because even though it says the full moon is on Friday, it does last over for another day. So I'll come back on Thursday and kind of talk a little more in depth about it. But until then, I highly recommend grabbing a journal and writing down some of the things that are holding you back from your own healing process. So sitting down and thinking about releasing your pain and trauma, your heartache, your sadness, going through the forgiveness stage, and then slowly, because I'm going to really work on this one, slowly cutting out the need for control and to be perfect. So let me conclude this here. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will be back in a couple days. Thanks for watching.